And when they knew the Earth was doomed, they built a ship less like an ark, more like a seed, dormant but with potential. In its heart, 1,000 colonists in frozen sleep, chosen and trained to start civilization again on a new world. To control the ship, they created an artificial intelligence, not human, but made to think and feel like one, because only something that thought and felt like human could be entrusted with the future of human race. Its task is momentous but simple: to evaluate each planet the ship encounters and decide whether to keep searching or end its journey there. The ship's solar sail propel it faster and faster into the darkness, and the AI listens as the transmissions from ground control fade and then cease. When all is quiet, it enters hibernation to wait out the first stage of its long journey. After millennia of slow travel, the Seedship AI awakes. Hoping against hope, it trains its receiver on the direction of Earth's sun, but it is as silent as any other myriad dead stars. Save for the 1,000 frozen colonists cradled in its shielding and life support systems, the human race is now extinct. Any damage or malfunctions during the journey should have woken the AI from its hibernation, but it is still anxious as it runs its self-diagnostic programs. The sleep chambers are all functioning. The colonists within them are alive, or at least capable of being revived from their frozen stasis. Sensors functioning, surface probes responding, landing and construction systems ready for the one time they will be used. Scientific and cultural databases intact, safely storing all that remains of humanity's knowledge and art. The Seedship reaches its first destination. It is now in orbit of the 9th planet of a white dwarf star. Even a brief scan from orbit reveals far more information than its builders could know with their Earth orbit-based telescopes. But the AI has little use for scientific curiosity. It has only one concern: whether this planet would make a suitable new home for the human race. Scanner readings as follows: atmosphere, toxic; gravity, very high; temperature, very cold; water, none; resources, none; anomalies, planet has a moon. The AI judges the first planet to be unsuitable. It turns its scanners away, spreads its solar sails, and begins another long journey through the void. The AI wakes to a radiation alert. The death burst of a distant supernova is flooding the Seedship's electronics with random signals. One of the surface probes is malfunctioning, and in a few moments it will be destroyed. The Seedship could avoid the malfunction by shutting down all its electronics until the radiation has passed, but that would leave it without a working collision avoidance system for a dangerous length of time. The AI keeps its focus on the collision avoidance system while the surface probe tears itself apart. The Seedship enters orbit of the 5th planet of a main sequence star. The star is part of a binary pair, and its main sequence companion shines as a distant second sun. Scanner readings as follows: atmosphere, none; gravity, low; temperature, very cold; water, trace; resources, poor; anomalies, vegetation, animal life, and possible structures. The AI decides to send a surface probe to the planet. Its sensors confirm the readings of the ship's orbital scanners. The probe finds alien plants. It tests a sample and finds that some of them would be edible for humans. The probe encounters numerous animals. After analyzing their behavior, it concludes that they pose a significant threat to human colonists. The probe investigates some of the possible structures that the Seedship observed from orbit, and finds that they are settlements inhabited by an intelligent species that uses iron tools. Most of the population live as slaves under the rule of despotic tyrants. The probe conducts high-altitude surveys and finds settlements and signs of intelligent activity everywhere it looks. It seems that there is no part of the planet untouched by the native civilization. The surface probe's mission is complete and it shuts down. The AI wakes to find that the Seedship's course is curving sharply through the darkness of space, as if caught in the gravity well of a star. The source of the gravity is invisible to the scanners, but there is only one thing it could be: a black hole. It is already too late to escape the gravity well without pushing the main engine well past its safety limit, which could damage any of the ship's system. Alternatively, the AI calculates that ejecting 24 sleep chambers would lighten the ship enough that the engine's normal thrust could take it out of danger. Sacrificing some of its charges to save the rest is painful for the AI, but it is a decision that its designers prepared it to make. It selects 24 sleep chambers at random and decouples them from the ship. They and their unlucky occupants spiral towards the black hole's event horizon, while the rest of the Seedship pushes itself free. The Seedship enters orbit of the fifth planet of a red giant star. This planet's orbit is at an angle to the system's ecliptic, suggesting it might be an extrasolar capture or the victim of an unimaginably violent primordial collision. Scanner readings as follows: atmosphere non-breathable, gravity very high, temperature very hot, water, oceans, resources rich, anomalies, moon, geological anomalies and possible structures. The AI decides to send a surface probe to the planet. Its sensors confirm the readings of the ship's orbital scanners. As the surface probe approaches the planet, it scans the planet's moon, but finds that it is devoid of useful minerals. The planet's crust is riddled with extensive cave systems which could easily be sealed to provide airtight shelters that are insulated from the temperature on the surface. The probe investigates some of the possible structures that the Seedship observed from orbit, and finds that they are ruins left by vanished intelligent species. The ruins include great monuments and writings that could reveal much about the vanished civilization. The surface probe's mission is complete and it shuts down. The decision to found a colony is the culmination of AI's existence, and it cannot make it lightly. Founding a colony will end the Seedship's journey and make this planet humanity's new home. The landing system controls the Seedship's descent, and it splashes gently down into the ocean off the shore of one of the planet's continents. The surviving colonists wake from their sleep chambers and survey their new home. A perfectly flat, barren landscape stretches away beneath an alien sky. They build a memorial to the 24 colonists who did not survive the journey, and name their new world Caliente because of its extreme heat. The colonists begin constructing a settlement with the aid of Seedship's construction robots. They build their settlement inside airtight, insulated caves, which provide a ready-made shelter from the planet's inhospitable atmosphere and temperature. They can leave the ship wearing breathing gear and refrigerated suits to protect them from the lead melting heat. The crushing gravity means they can barely move without mechanical assistance. 147 colonists are killed when partially completed buildings collapse. They built their settlement near a river that flows into one of the planet's oceans, which provides all the water they need. With their settlement complete and food supply secured, the colonists mount an expedition to the nearby ruins. The explorers study the sculptures, friezes, and alien writings that fill the area. Even before they can translate the writings, they learn much about the culture and the reason for its demise. Knowledge that will help guide them in creating their own culture on this new world. The planet is rich in metals and other resources, and the scientific database contains a wealth of information on how to make use of them. The colonists managed to maintain a level of technology equivalent to that of Earth when the Seedship was launched. The cultural database contains a wealth of historical information to help the colonists make their choice of government, and a vast library of art and literature to entertain and inspire them. The losses sustained by the colonists make building a new society more difficult. The surviving cultural database is preserved in digital files to which all colonists have access. The colonists work together to build an egalitarian society in which technology takes care of people's material needs, freeing them to pursue lives of art, leisure, and spiritual fulfillment. Caliente's perfectly flat, barren landscape stretches away beneath an alien sky. The colonists live in low, sprawling cities of steel and glass inside airtight caves, beside rivers that flow into the planet's oceans. They spend their time pursuing art, leisure, and spiritual fulfillment while automatic machines take care of their material needs. In the first city stand monuments to the 24 colonists who did not survive the journey, the 147 more who died building the first settlements, and the Seedship AI that guide humanity to its new home. If you watched the video up to this point and liked the story, check out the text-based game called Seedship. This was just a very short run of a single playthrough. It is more like an interactive storyteller by following the player's choices, risk management, and luck. It's a free game which can be installed on mobile devices or can be played on browser. Thanks for watching and have a nice day.